Hey everyone, Dennis K here with Belize Islands Real Estate. Hey, listen, this video is going to focus on beachfront properties, waterfront properties all over the island of Ambergris Caye. And I'm making this video especially for investors, those who are looking to buy in the path of progress, who might have either a 1 to 2 year window, say a 6 to 8 year window, or a 10 to 15 year window as far as when they might want to be calling some of their investments due. So what they're looking to do, because I have a couple of investors right now that have emailed me asking me what would I buy if I was them, who are looking at these different time frames, and they absolutely want beachfront. Now, fortunately, these clients have cash. Because the best deals in the island, no matter if they're on the beach or off the beach, are going to be those cash deals. So if someone is offering financing, you can find good deals with sellers offering financing. But the best thing is, even with them, is to show up with cash and try to negotiate a lower price. So what I'm going to do now is kind of give you a brief overview of Ambergris Caye, and we're going to specifically focus on those areas that I think have a very good likelihood of increasing in value over the next, first of all, 1 to 2 to 3 years, and then a 5 to 6 year horizon, and then maybe even an 8 to 10 to 15 year horizon. All right, very good. So before I do that, let me just zoom out a little bit just to show you who have not been to Belize before what we're looking at here. So this is Belize right here. And Google Earth doesn't really show the map on it very well, but right here my cursor is that's the mainland of Belize. And then what I'm going to focus on is coming out to Ambergris Caye. So right here, everything in this box right here you find is the island of Ambergris Caye. It's 25 miles long from the northern tip down to the southern tip, and it's 3 miles wide at its widest. Some areas is a lot less. And just to give you a little perspective of where it is on the general map, is if you were to walk from Ambergris Caye going north, you would end up at Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Tulum. That's all up in this area right here. All right. So basically, Ambergris Caye is the southern tip of the Yucatan Peninsula, which is going to be pretty significant here. And you'll see why I'm kind of showing you that as we go along in this video. So first of all, where are the places on the island or the neighborhoods that I would seriously look at buying right now if I was an investor looking for maybe a let's say 2 year return, 2 to 3 year return, because basically within 1 year, sometimes very little changes. Sometimes a lot changes, but basically within 1 year, a lot might not happen in an area. So let's say 2 to 3 years. Number one is I'm going to be focusing on the West Coast because the West Coast of the island has no sargassum grass. It is becoming more and more easily accessible, and the sunset views are amazing. The swimming is amazing. The waters here at Ambergris Caye are just spectacular. So there's a couple areas that I think are really worth looking at if you're an investor. First of all, this area right down here, which is called Tarpon Bay. All right. This is not on the East Coast. This is the East Coast here, East Coast Reef side. This is on this little bay here that opens up to the west side of the island. And what I like about this little neighborhood is you have a row of beachfront properties here in the front and a row of second row lots on the back. Now, this area is very easily accessible by road access. So you can get here by road, power is on site, water will still be by rainwater system, catchment system, or by a well. But this area here is a beautiful neighborhood. In fact, I just recently did a video highlighting all the building work that is going on in this area. And there's not too many beachfront properties left that are for sale. So if you can find something that's a good deal, I highly recommend looking at beachfront in this area. But also, as a secondary purchase or as a lower priced option, any of these properties back here in the second row too would make a really, really good investment. So for example, this parcel here, 10513, 10522, these would make very, very good investments. Again, why do I think this has a good 2 to 3 year horizon on it as far as a return? Because they're limited. There's only so many properties here available. And there's so much building work going on that it's going to be a complete neighborhood very soon. And it doesn't have any sargassum grass in this area. So I highly recommend something in the Tarpon Bay area. Zooming out, going over to the west side, I would say if you can find anything around this little tip that's for sale, this little area right here, which is called Laguna Estates. We have one listing that sits right here for 215,000. It's a direct beachfront property with a pier. I think that's going to be a little gold mine right there for Airbnb, for retirement home, because right now everyone who owns property on this interior lagoon has to go right through here out into the backside of the island and up to Secret Beach. So this little area right here is very, very popular. It's very beautiful, sunset views. I think if you can find any beachfront properties in this general area for sale, I think it's going to be a really, really good investment. Let's move on a little bit more going north towards Secret Beach. Right now, Secret Beach right here, all these properties are basically sold out. If you can find a property on the beach with road access, it's going to be about in the 600,000 range, 6 to 615. We have listings all the way up to 1 million. That's in this general area right here. So to find an area that's going to be up and coming in the next 2 to 3 years, I suggest looking in this area right here. So if you can find any good deals on beachfront in these areas, or going north, any good deals on beachfront or waterfront properties on this little peninsula right here. Again, I think in 2 to 3 years, that should be where you're looking. Now, going out a little bit more up into the, let's say, 5 to 8 year range, I really think that this area here on North Ambergris Caye is going to become quite popular. Right now, this area right here has all been subdivided. They're going to be starting to sell these properties here. And there's also some beachfront lots in this area right here that have just started to come on the market with land certificate. So anything in this area is going to be very, very popular, especially as you have Newtown right here, very, very close. So you're going to be able to come back and forth with your boat, pontoon boat, whatever you want. And this area here is going to be much, much easier to develop, especially in that next 5 to 8 year time frame. What else would I look at as far as actual waterfront? If I was looking at the 8 to 10 to 15 year time frame, I'd be looking at a lot of things up in this general area right here where the Palm Bay Club is. This is Mexico here. This is Ambergris Caye right here. It's a little channel that separates the two. I would be looking to pick up beachfront anywhere in the Palm Bay area or anywhere from Rocky Point to Palm Bay. There's been a lot of talk, even just this week, about bringing a road down. The road ends right here currently, bringing a road down just this another mile or two, building a little bridge that crosses over to Ambergris Caye to make this entire area that much more accessible. So I would definitely look, again, you got an 8 to 10 to 12 to 15 year time frame. I would highly recommend picking up beachfront or second row lots anywhere in there. I think it's going to give you a really, really nice return. All right, so that's what I will look at as far as investment only. If you're looking to build, if you want to build right now and want to have a nice waterfront estate for you and your family, I would suggest something up in this area. This is Punta Azul North. We have some beautiful waterfront lots here for sale. Also going down south, which is very convenient to get to, we have some really nice beachfront properties down here, including a 3 lot package in this area and a beautiful build-ready property right here. So listen, if you guys want any information on any of these areas that I talked about today, go ahead and shoot me an email or put it in the comments below. I will get back to you. And when you do that, let me know your budget, what your overall budget is, how much you have to invest. and also if you need financing or not, and I'll be able to send you some options that might work for you. All right, thanks a lot. I appreciate you watching. Share this with somebody who you think might be interested in Belize, and I hope to see you in Belize real soon. Cheers.